Hello students, Standard 7 English Medium. In last video we started chapter 1 for the biology, the nutrition. We also talked about what is nutrition, types of nutrition like autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. In autotrophic nutrition, we discussed that how the green plants make their own food, and therefore they are known as autotrophs. Green plants have the green colored pigments in their leaves, and they take carbon dioxide and water, and in the presence of sunlight, they synthesize the food in the form of carbohydrates. Now you observe that in all this process of photosynthesis, the presence of sunlight is very, very important, and it can tell us that the ultimate source of energy is the sun. Because if there is no sun, there will be no photosynthesis. No photosynthesis, then no plants, because they cannot survive without the photosynthesis, because it produces the energy. And there is no plants, no animals. It means that we can say that the sun is the ultimate source of energy for all the living, ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. And can you imagine the life without photosynthesis? No. You can see that, we can already think that without photosynthesis, it will be impossible for the life. Means there will be no life on the earth without photosynthesis. Now, in the photosynthesis, the chlorophyll containing cells, they make this starch. Actually it is carbohydrates. They make the food in the form of carbohydrates using the carbon dioxide and water. So that process can be represented as the equation also, like carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon dioxide plus water, they together combine, and in the presence of sunlight and in the presence of chlorophyll, these two things are necessary. Therefore it is mentioned on the arrow. Arrow shows that from those two components the new components are produced. So the carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they make carbohydrate. They make carbohydrate plus oxygen. Carbohydrate plus oxygen. So this is the equation. In short, it tells you how the photosynthesis works. So in the photosynthesis, as I told you, through the stomata, the leaves absorb the carbon dioxide gas. Through the roots, they take the water, and in the presence of sunlight and the chlorophyll which is present in the leaves, as a green pigments, they produce carbohydrate plus oxygen. Now, this carbohydrate ultimately get converted into starch. Oxygen, we know that oxygen is released. Oxygen is released in the air through the stomata. And this carbohydrate is converted into starch. Starch is also one type of carbohydrate only, but means the little difference of it. So now the presence of starch shows that the photosynthesis process was taken place. But how do we know that? Is there starch present in the leaves or not? For that we can use the iodine solution, because iodine solution can detect the presence of starch. If you throw the iodine solution, then it turns into blue or black if there is starch present in it. It means that when you throw the iodine and if it turns blue-black color, then you can say that the photosynthesis place was there and the starch is made in these leaves. Now, in the leaves, what type of chlorophyll are there? You can see that if you take a small piece of it and watch it under the microscope, you will look like that. These green things, that are the green pigments of chloroplast, which are known as chlorophyll. Similarly, at the down, you can see that there are guard cells like that, which are controlling this stomata. Stomata is the small tiny pores which are responsible for the exchange of the gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen. So here you can see that in the leaves this type of all situation takes place and the photosynthesis is going on. Now, before we go forward, I just want to tell about the cells. We know that the cell is the basic unit, structural unit of all the living organisms. Or you can say that it is the building blocks of the, just like if you want to build a house, then in that the brick is called the building block. Similarly, all organisms, living organisms, they have the cell as the building block. And cells are very tiny cells. What are the cells? They are the building blocks. Or you can say that they are the basic units. Or you can say it is the structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Because we know that our body is made up of cells. Now, cells are, if you see the cells under the microscope, because one cell you cannot see alone because it is very tiny. When there is a group of so many cells only, then it is visible. So if you see the cells under the microscope, you can have the like different type of this. They are combined together. In each cell, in the middle, there is a dark thing you will see, and that is known as the nucleus of the cell. These things are known as nucleus of the cell. And the thing around, that is known as cell membrane. You can see that all the cells are bounded by a layer. These layers, bounded layers, they are known as cell membrane. And between the cell membrane and the nucleus, there is a jelly-like structure in which different types of another chemicals are there which perform the different type of works about which you will learn in higher standards. So this is the basic structure. So in the middle there is nucleus, the around that thing are the cell membrane, and that jelly-like structure in between that two things, between nucleus and the cell membrane, the jelly-like structure is known as cytoplasm. It is known as cytoplasm. So this is the typical structure of any cell. Now in the animals and in the plants, there is a little difference in the cell. In the animal plants, you will see only cell membrane. But in plant cell, you will see that in a plant cell, suppose it is a plant cell, this is the cell membrane. But around the cell membrane, there will be another thick layer also, which is known as cell wall. And this cell wall is only found in the plant cells. Only in the plant cells. Others, nucleus, cytoplasm, and all are there both same. Only few differences there. Some of the other things are also that not in the plant cells. For example, that chlorophyll like pigments, colored pigments are not found in the animal cells, etc. But about that you will learn it in the higher standards. But this is the basic structure of all type of cells. So here you can see that. Now you can move forward and get more information about the nutrition. Activities then. Take 2 potted plants of the same kind. Keep one in the dark for 72 hours and the other in the sunlight, and perform iodine test with the leaves of both the plants as you did in class 6. We know that iodine solution, iodine is a chemical which detect the presence of the starch in the leaves or in any food items. So now what did we do here? We took 2 potted plants. And what did you do? We put one in the dark for 72 hours. One plant, and the other in sunlight. And then we have to do the iodine test. Actually, for iodine test, what we have to do? We have to pluck a leaf from the plant First boil in the water so that all the cells can die. Then put it in the alcohol solution and put it in the boiling water. So alcohol will melt all the chlorophyll and your leaf will become colorless. Then after that you have to take it out, rinse it with the water, and then we have to put it in the solution of iodine. From both the plants we have to do the same thing. You will observe that the plant which was put in sunlight, the leaf from that plant will become dark blue or black. But the other plant which was kept in dark for 72 hours, means whatever the starch was stored also getting used up. And therefore, because it is not getting sunlight, it will not make photosynthesis process. And then it will not turn blue-black because of absence of starch in it. So here we can see that if we keep that again in the sunlight, the dark, that we put it in the dark for 72 hours, then if we keep it again in the sunlight for 5 to 6 hours, 3 to 4 hours, then it will start making the food again by the process of photosynthesis. Now sometimes maybe you have watched some plants which have different colored leaves also other than the green. Sometimes you see the dark pink color leaves or the brown color leaves, light brown or the different colors. Then now we learn that only green leaves have chlorophyll which can perform photosynthesis process. What about then about the plants which get other color other than green color leaves? Do they don't make the photosynthesis process? Actually, if you check the iodine test for these leaves, they will also show the presence of the starch in them. It means that they also have green colored pigments inside, but the other pigments are also there, like red pigments or the brown pigments, which are hiding that chlorophyll, and therefore we cannot see the green color, but actually inside there is the chlorophyll, and therefore they also perform photosynthesis to make the carbohydrates. It means that if the color is not green, but there is still that green pigments inside the leaves, so they can also perform. Mean the purple, if you see the purple leaves, dark brown leaves sometimes, then they also have green pigment, but it is hidden because of the more pigments of other colors. Now in the rainy season, sometimes on the bark of the trees, near pond or on the water tank, you will see some green patches. Now what is these green patches? Why they are looking green? So that is specially made when that stagnant water is there. Means the water is not flowing, stagnant water. In that also you will see. Sometimes on the water tank, if the water is flowing so many, especially in the rainy season, you will see that things. On the walls also, on the body of some aquatic animals also, you will see that green layer. That green layer is known as algae. It is known as algae. ALGAE, algae. Algae એને ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે લીલ કહીએ. Then these algae are also of green color. Why? Do they also have the chlorophyll or what? Can they do the process of photosynthesis? Of course, yes. They also have chlorophyll, and therefore they can also make food by the process of photosynthesis. It means that not only the green plants, but the algae and green plants both are known as autotrophs. Because algae also performs the photosynthesis process to make their own food. So these both are the autotrophs, and they can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Now, some of the plants, not all the plants are autotrophs, but some plants are also such that they don't do the photosynthesis process, but they get food from other plants, and they are known as heterotrophs. So not only animals are heterotrophs, but some of the plants are also heterotrophs. Maybe on some of the trees, you have seen the yellow colors, wire-like structure, as shown in the figure also. You look here, if you can see that. These all yellow color or green color, that just like a thread or a pipe-like structures. Those structures are climbing on the other trees. They don't have leaves, they can't do the photosynthesis process, so they use the product from other plants to get their nutrition. This is the name is Cuscuta, and it is in the Gujarat it is known as Amberwell or Amarwell. You can ask your parents, maybe they know. So this Cuscuta is the heterotrophic plant. There is some other plant also which are the climbing on the plant. So they are climbing on some other plants. So those trees on which they are climbing are known as host, and they deprive the host for the nutrition, and therefore it is also called a parasite. Also parasite are on the plants also, and there is there. So now there are some other different type of plants also which do take food from different ways. We will learn about it in next video. If any confusion, write down in the comment section. Thank you.